So thank you again for joining this early morning. We will continue our growth journey with the Yalla Salesforce. Over the last couple sessions, we covered all of these badges and modules, and our focus over the last couple sessions were mainly on the foundation. And then we moved to understand more about the back end, the data modeling, formulas, validation rules, pick list, roll-up summaries. And today we will go through the Lightning App Builder. And this will be mainly for the front end part of the house for Salesforce Foundation. So we will go for the Lightning App Builder and understand more. What is the Lightning App Builder? How can I build a custom UI in order to make our users' life easier, navigating through the UI, making conditional rendering for pieces, and so on. Understanding more the different type of pages that will be available in Salesforce. All right, so let's get started. So here we need to put the business first. They need to close more deals. They need to have a better service for their customers, better marketing strategy and campaigns. So they don't want to like be struggling using the UI. We don't want to make them like having hard time navigating through the UI. Accordingly, we need to build like tailored AI, easy, using declarative way in order to give them the experience that they are looking for. So by creating customized pages, you can put information at users' fingertips and provide them easy interface to update and record. I'll just switch screens, so I'll be looking in here. Perfect. All right, so let's meet the Lightning App Builder. I will even jump straight to an org to start explaining what are the different offerings for Lightning App Builder. So let me launch the org. Lightning App Builder come in different flavors. We're gonna start first from the app. So this is the app launcher we discussed before. We have different apps, and this the concept of the app, as we agreed before, we have different in here tabs. We have specific experience for this specific app, and this is one of the capabilities for in general the app manager to create an easy declarative using clicks a new app if you have a new business scenario. How can we go there? We will go for setup app manager, and this will be the full list of all the apps available in Salesforce. Some of them you will be familiar, standard apps like sales and service. And when you go there, it's gonna open for me the Lightning App Builder, which we are talking about today. This will allow me to put branding, the name of the app, the color, and then we will go for different experiences for navigation. So you will notice that within the standard navigation, this is the experience we used to see before. For the accounts, we have the list of views, and then we navigate to the account, again, open a new page. And we have different type of navigation, which is called a console experience. So the console experience is like that we don't have the familiar UI for the different tabs in here, but I will have the navigation like that. And if I need to go for the home page, this is how I will do it. And then I'll move to the context. It's gonna open for me the context, and then when I click, it's gonna open like a new tab in here. And then when I navigate to a related record, it's gonna open it as a sub tab under it. So it's a different type of navigation, and this is mainly for call centers and so on, where they need to have a screen having everything in one place, and maybe milestones and SLAs in here. And so it's a different type of experience. Any questions so far? Perfect. So this is the standard navigation, and this is the console navigation, and you have as well the option to say is this experience for the desktop only, or for the phone only, or for both of them. So you have all of this great flexibility. One more thing is the utility item. So the utility item is what is visible in here. So this is global. It's not related to this specific page, but it shows me the history, for example. So it shows me this is an easy way to get back into the history records that I opened. So it will be an easy way to navigate. You can add to-do list, you can add chatter, so you can add a lot of things in here to make your life easier from navigation perspective. This is the navigation item. So when we go into this specific, we are in here. So this is the Lightning App Builder, and we can see that we are navigating in the Sales app. So if I went into the Sales app, and here you will find certain tabs, which are default. We agreed before that we can drag and drop things to make it tailored to my needs or my requirements. But if you need to set the default, how those tabs are going to be visible for the end user, this is the place that you are configuring a specific app to have those specific navigation items. And again, always you have the option to go in there and edit and add and remove and so on to tailor it to your personal needs. Okay, so what else? If we came back in here, user profile. We didn't discuss last sessions before what is the user profile, and we kept saying we will have another module, but we will be touching a couple times today in the profile. So I want to give you a sneak peek for the user profile. It will be in depth in the user management module, which we'll cover in the later sessions. But for now, what is the user profile? User profile is a required field for you in order to create a new user. So if I went to my user, you will find I have a profile. Profile is what is allowing, this is the configuration, which is determining what you can do in the platform. So for every persona, if we have sales people, we have service people, we have system administrator people. So all of these are bundled because they need to do their job and they need certain functionalities to be available for us. So they need to do certain things in the platform. The profile is the entry point. There are a lot of other tools that will allow you to expand this access, but in general, this is the baseline which will allow you what you can do in the system. One more thing in the profile, it's associated to the license. So when you create a new user, you need to provide the username, and then you need to provide what type of license, and then based on that license, it will determine which profiles you can associate it to that user. So if it's a Salesforce license, which will have a lot of great functionalities, this is the full license. So you will have access to the accounts and contacts, and you will have access to all of these things. But if you have a limited license, you will not be able to associate, for example, system admin, which can access everything. So the user, when you create a user, you need to provide username, you need to provide the email, you need to provide the license, and then it's a required field in order to be able to do it, to specify as well the profile. In the profile, you will be able to determine which page layouts are assigned to that specific profile. You can as well go for each individual field within a certain object to say, is it a read or an edit access? Also, you will have the option to say at the object level. So there are a lot of system settings. There are record tab settings, and then you will have the object settings down there, which will allow you to say, all right, so I'm in the platform now. Can I read? Can I create? Can I edit? Can I delete? And some superpowers regarding the data access. So the profile doesn't determine much the data access. It's mainly determine what you can do in the system, not what you can see in the system, with the exception of those two superpowers, which open your record access as well, like view all, modify all. And I believe we will pause in here. We just wanted to give a sneak peek on what the profile. So to summarize, it's persona, it determines what you can do in the platform. And then now we are back to our lovely app manager and why we went there. Within the app manager, we were talking about the sales app. And within the sales app, we have this user profile. So I am saying that I created that app and I need to specify which personas will be able to access this specific app. So in here, I can determine that all of these, if anyone of those profiles accessing the system based on their user, it will determine that the sales app will be accessible for them. Any questions? Sounds perfect. All right, so this is the app manager. So let's create a new app and see how easy to create a new app. So new Lightning app, I will name it BASM app, and developer name is the API name. We discussed it when we create a new custom object, new custom field, and so on. Everything is API enabled in Salesforce. We can put a description for that app. We can put an image for that app. So I can put my picture, and now I want to put the theme and the colors for my app. So I'll just pick random color in here, and then I will say next. Now, do I need it to have a standard navigation or a console navigation? I will say I need a standard navigation. And finally, I will need to determine whether it's a desktop or a phone. So I will say it's for both and do next. And now I will need to add a utility item. And the part of this utility item, I can say I need just the to-do. And here we go. We have the to-do list. And I can add as well, I need the history. And now the history got added. And then I will click next. Now I will say I need a home page. So I will add the home page, and we'll be discussing more on how to create home page or customize the home page. And I will say I need the account, and I need the content. So now I'm here. I'm determining which tabs I need to add it to my app. And then finally, back to the profile screen where we are determining who can access this app. So I will open it for the superhero, system administrator, and I will make this app available. And here we go. In a couple clicks, we were able to create a new app in Salesforce. And then when I go in there and say BASM app, now I can see, since I am a system administrator, and I can determine this is a shortcut. We discussed briefly about the superpowers behind the Salesforce inspector. We can access objects, we can write queries, we can see the users. So my user is sys administrator. That's why I have the option to go into that app. I can see a great homepage in here summarizing my day, having today tasks, today's events, and so on. And I can navigate to the accounts and contents. So we created that app and we enabled for certain person. Any questions? Perfect. Awesome. So let's go to the next level. We created the app. Now we need to start customizing things and see different type of pages. Here, let's start from app builder. So this is after we have the app manager. This is how we created the app. The next one is app builder, Lightning app builder. And let's see what are type of pages that are available for us. We have app page. So if I need to have a page that consolidates a lot of things for me, and this is a very simple page that I need to create it for an app. So the entire app is that page, which will enable me to navigate to top opportunities, gold accounts, and so on. So app page will be the way to go. Or if you have an app with a lot of tabs and you need to have an extra page that summarizes the whole thing, so you can create the app page. Home page, usually the landing page. And this is what we saw when we created this one. We have this home page, which I customize it to be the home page for this specific app. Finally, we have the record page. Record page is related to a specific record. So if I navigated to the account, this is the record page. I can customize this specific page from here, from setup, edit page. It's going to open for me the same Lightning app builder experience, or once I save it, I can go again into the Lightning app builder and edit this page. So those are two different ways to get into this Lightning app builder experience. All right, so let's start with app page and see how easy to create an app page. So next, we'll start from here, and I will say top counts and ops. I will create it as I will choose one of those templates. So I will say header and right sidebar. Perfect. And here, the Lightning App Builder. What do we have in here? That we have the most recent 10 pages I'm working on. I have the name of the page on the top. I have this utilities, which I can cut and paste and so on. And I have in here the components that are available for me to drag and drop into this central piece, which is that palette, I believe. This is the palette, and this is the canvas. We will remember together what was the name. And then we have here all the properties. So if I need to get a list view, I can. Those are standard components, means that they are available for me, part of the platform. So they are coming out of the box like any standard thing in Salesforce. It's come with your subscription for the license. Custom components in here, you can develop your custom components. So what custom components means you have two different technologies within the Salesforce platform to develop UI components. One of them is called LWC, Lightning Web Components. And if you search, if you are curious, you are front-end developer and you want to develop your own Lightning Web Components, this trail will be very helpful for you. Set the foundation, understanding more about the LWC and the JavaScript and HTML and CSS and so on. So this is for front-end developers. The other technology stack that you can use, it's Aura Components. So if you search it again in Trailhead for Aura Components, you will find a lot of trails of creating your Aura components. So regardless, you developed your UI component using LWC or you developed using an Aura, so you will find it in here within the custom components section. And you can drag and drop, has different parameters, and it will be good to go. The next one is custom managed. Custom managed means that you have, we agreed before that partners, part of the Salesforce is a great part of the Salesforce ecosystem, and they develop apps and make it available in App Exchange. So if you downloaded and installed one of those App Exchange apps, and they have UI components, it will be available in here within custom managed components. All right, for now, let's put just the list views and see how can we deal with the standard components and can we put it in here. So I'll put in here, drag and drop, list view, and now I need to pass certain parameters. What are the parameters? First, what is the object? So we are talking about top accounts. Now, what will be the filter? Do I need, so in the list views, if I opened in here, the accounts, I will have, this is exactly what I'm adding to the UI. So I have all of these filter criteria that I already pre-configured part of the list view configuration. And in here, it's asking me which one you would like to add in here. So I'd like to add platinum and gold. And now asking me how many records to display, I will say 4 instead of 3 and enable inline editing and add different parameters. All right, what are the other components that we can add in here? We have recent items. Recent items, it will ask me exactly the same thing. I will say it's custom, and I will need recent opportunities. Okay, and then I will say which object will be visible in here. I don't need API. I need the opportunity. Opportunity. So I'll add it in here. And now I will say I need, again, the for top. Now I configured that I have two components. One of them will be showing me the list of platinum and gold accounts, and the other one will be showing me the recent opportunities. Now I'm gonna hit save. All right. So once I built the page, it's saved. but it's not yet available to the users. So I need to activate the page in order to make it happen and make it accessible for the user. So when I click activate, it will give me this. Do you need to activate it to all users, or you need to do it for system admin only? So I will say, let's activate it for all users. Next, add page to the app. So I need to add it to sales. And here we go. I'll just add it for sales for now, and we'll see how can we go back to the app we created and add it to it as well. But I have the option in here to add it to whatever, even BASM app if I want in here. But let's assume my first decision to just add it to the sales, and I will do that. And now it's active. Perfect. So let's go back and see. All right, how about I need to go back to the BASM app and add it. So I'll go to the app manager. I will just sort by last modified, because this is, I'm assuming BASM app in here. Yeah, because I edited sales after, since I added this page, but BASM app in here. I'll go edit. And within here, I'll go for the navigation item, and top account 714 became available for me as an item that I can add it to my application, and easy to navigate. I need this will be the landing page even without having the home, or I can remove the home and so on. So we have all of these flexibility of using, but I'll add the home since I will have another example later on. All right, so I add it. Now let's go to BASM app. And now I have the top account got added with all the recent opportunities. So if I went in here and then I opened this opportunity and I came back in here, now it's going to show me it's an easy way to navigate for whatever I am looking for. So this is the average. Any questions? Sounds perfect. All right, let's go for the homepage. As we mentioned that I can go in here, edit the page. This will open for me the app builder where I can edit my homepage, or I can go and start from scratch. So from the app builder, let me go back in here, setup, and I go again for app builder straight, and I will create new. I need this time to create, instead of app page, homepage, and I will name it homepage. Or let's, to avoid any confusion, I'll say BASM homepage. And I will go for standard homepage, and I will say done. Now I need to add the component that I think this is the best landing page for my app users. So I'll go for home. I will go for performance. And this is the lovely chart that we are all familiar with. And I can, again, do the same thing. Let me get a list of views in here. I will put in here the account, and I will say this is my accounts and show me the three. I might go for here for today's tasks, and I will leave it like that. Save. And now, again, to make it available, I have to hit activate. Now we have different options. We have the option to assign this home page as an org default. So anyone have this home page will assign to this new home page, not whatever original system default it was. Or I can say, no, I will not assign it as an org default, but I will assign it to a specific app. So assign to app, I can say this is the home page for only BASM app. This is not an org default, but it's only for BASM app. And even better, I can say, no, it's not for the app specific. I need for app and profile. So we agreed that profile, it's certain persona using those apps. We might have system admin and sales people. Both of them are accessing the same app, but I need in here to assign this homepage to be only visible for BASM app and only for system admin. Next, and save. Now it's only available for this specific persona who are using this specific app. So let's save and go back and see. If I went to BASM app, I should be able to see a simplified version. So it's still having all of this recent records, key deals, and so on, but we know that we have some caching in here. So I'll go for inspect, and I'll say empty the cache. So we'll be able to see the most recent version of this page. Now, once we flush the cache, now we are in the home page that we customized specifically for BASM app for system administrator, reflecting only what I'm looking for. All right. Last piece is the record page. Record page is an object-specific experience. So if I went in here and I said edit page, it will open for me this record page. If you noticed before, we had the option only for components in the app page and in the home page. But for the record page, we have this extra tab in here, which telling me fields. So I can add in here within the record page, I can add new tabs. So I can say this is reports, or this is extra additional fields. So I can go in here and say this is custom, and I will say this is additional fields. So it will add for me a new tab, and I can go in there saying the details. So the details is showing me all the fields. What are those fields coming from? It's coming from the page layout that we briefly discussed in the last couple sessions. We said that there was an old experience, which is the classic version, and there is the new experience, which is the lightning experience. Page layouts is the classic experience, where which fields will be visible. Same thing in here. This is the highlight panel. The highlight panel is reflecting the classic experience. We have something called compact layout, which is showing me which fields are available in there. So if I clicked in here within the compact layout, it will show me that I am showing name, title, account name, phone, and email, which is exactly aligned with this one. But there are new functionalities part of the Lightning experience where you can have a dynamic highlight panel. So dynamic highlight panel, it has more features than the compact layout experience. What are those features? So if my main focus, I am a B2B or B2C company, and the most important piece for me is like the address, I will go in here, adding a compact layout. I will say, no, I don't need this anymore. And I have the full flexibility in here to add fields. So I will go for billing. We are in the contact. So I have mailing, address. I can add it in here. And I have other address. I can add it in here with extra flexibility than the big box that I have here. It's a black box. I can't do anything from here. I cannot control any visibility. I cannot say this specific field is read only from here. But with this one, I have the full flexibility to say add filter. I can say only show this if I am a system admin, but for another thing, do something else. I can say this is only available for this specific device, but not for the other device, and so on. So I have all of this flexibility to add and add visibility filters and so on. Same thing for here. This is the fields. It's a black box. I can't drag and drop any fields in here. But how about I need to make this? So I need to upgrade this to something called dynamic form. And we have one of the units will be focusing on the dynamic form. So I will upgrade, and this will say, all right, I need to upgrade it from which layout as a baseline. I will add it from contact layout. And from the contact layout, I will be able to now drag and drop things. I was able to drag other phone on the top, and I can say this guy is read only, or it's required. So I have some UI behaviors, and I have filter visibility as well. So I can say show this field only if it's in California as a mailing state. So you have all of these superpowers. So this is how easy to customizing, adding tabs, adding components, adding fields, adding dynamic rendering, and all of this great stuff. I will do the same thing, save. You can add as well in here in the fields. So you have a couple options. You can add, we tried the dynamic highlight panel. You can add blank space. You can add new field section in here and saying these are my important fields and so on. All right, so let me put it in here. And tomorrow we might have as well. So if you are familiar with new Einstein offering, you can add a field in here to add a record summary and having a field generation, and you have the option in here to relate to a prompt. So this is an advanced thing. When we go to the AI side of the house, we will be still utilizing this app builder to do all of this great magic. Save, activate, same experience. Is it an org default, or it's an app default, or it's app record type and profile? We had as well sneak peek about record type and how it impacted different experience based on the record type. But we'll go simple for now, and we'll say assign it to Bassem. And I will hit next, and I will hit next, and we'll go for save, and we are good. Now we are in contacts. Let's see the new experience with the new tab. Again, let's clear out the cache, inspect, then hit this refresh, empty cache, and hard reload. So it's just inspect and then keep pressing this refresh until you have this great pop-up, and then say empty cache. Gonna remove all the caching, and this should reflect if I open the contact. Right. Empty cache. Okay, so let's see what it's still not reflecting the new. No, it's actually it did. So I have here the important fields I added, which are the other phone. I have here the new highlight panel with only the mailing address and the other address. So this is how we got the new experience for only this. But if I went back to the sales, because I didn't make it org default, I will be able to see the old version of the contact in here. Nothing got touched. Covered a lot of great things. We talked about App Manager. We talked about new apps. We customized an existing record page. We created from scratch app page, and we created from scratch as well the homepage. All right. Any questions? All good? Perfect. So let's go through the this was like a full demo for the app builder capabilities, and now we will see if we missed anything from the module. So how the Lightning app builder works: we can create a single page app that drill down into standard pages. We can have dashboard style. We can point app to solve particular tasks. As we created Bassem app, we can tomorrow create an expenses app. It's just one page to submit your expenses, get them approved. So we can have as many apps as you want based on your business needs, and we can tailor the experience as well based on the persona from the profile, as we mentioned. We can create custom record page for your object tailored to your needs. We can create a custom homepage containing the most important components and features that your users need the most. All right, we talked about this is the new customized. We picked a couple templates, and we can have different experiences. The structure of Lightning page adapt for the device it views. And here showing you that if you are used this template for the desktop, this will be the experience for the iPad, and this will be the experience for the phone. So it has this adaptability across different devices. We discussed as well that we have different types of components. We have standard components coming out of the box. You can develop your own custom components using LWC and Aura. You can have third-party components coming from App Exchange. And then we moved to the Lightning App Builder UI. And we said we have two different experiences. If you are opening the Lightning App Builder from the app manager, you will be able to see in here the name of the app, but you open it from a page aspect from the app builder, you will be able to see the name of the page. So one, you have the header, it's showing you the most recent 10 pages plus the name of the context of this specific page. You have the toolbar in here, which allow you to copy and paste, save and redo, and so on. And we have the palette where you can drag and drop different components. We have the canvas in here where we drag and drop things. And finally, we have the properties pane, which we were able to specify which objects and how many lines will be visible. Lightning page types, we discussed the three different type of pages. The app page, which is a page to create a homepage for a third-party app. So you have a third-party app and you want to create this homepage for them. You can add directly into Salesforce mobile app and Lightning Experience navigation menus. You have the homepage, which you can create a homepage with feature relevant to specific type of users, assign customized page, as we mentioned that we can use it for a specific persona. Finally, the record page where we can have this great dynamic compact layout, the dynamic highlight panel, the dynamic forms, and all of this dynamic components so that we can have a control over the visibility. All right, so what is the Lightning page? Is it a compact, configurable, and reusable element? Is it a custom layout for creating pages in Lightning Experience and Salesforce mobile app? The new name for Salesforce page layout, a page you can access via customer community. Any guesses? I will go
B.
B. Yes, I agree as well. And what can you build with the Lightning app builder? Dashboard style apps, apps optimized for a particular task, complex multi-page app with drill down capability. I
A,
will
E. Is it? Is it E?
B. This one,
Uh,
app optimized for a particular task, a dashboard style apps. I will vote for D.
okay, B.
How about you? I'll vote for this one. All right, let's try. Perfect. We made it. Sounds perfect. All right. So let's build a custom homepage, which we already covered. So let's see what this module is giving us more. Give your user everything you need to manage their day from homepage in a Lightning Experience. Your sales reps can see their quarter performance, and this is the performance component that we dragged. If you want to edit page, you can go to the page in here and say, this is edit page. So you can edit the page. All right. And you can also build it from scratch as we did. What is the difference between them? Edit page will still be associated to the original system standard one. So you will be still up to date with whatever Salesforce is releasing. But if you create it from scratch, you decouple. And that is what they are highlighting in here. Salesforce makes a copy of the standard page. This copy is what you then, it is in the Lightning App Builder. It retains a reference to the standard page, which means Salesforce can upgrade the page copies for you with new capabilities. But if you create a page from scratch, you are completely disconnected from whatever Salesforce is rolling out. Create custom homepage. This is what we did, new homepage, and choose your template and start adding your components. Finally, in order to make it available for your user, you need to activate the page. Once you've done that, you have multi options, either org default, which this will override. There's another thing I want to show you as well in here, that part of the homepage setup, we can say home. So this is the homepage. So if we went to the sales, you will find that this template in here, which is not customizable. But if you need to add or change or go back to the original sales homepage, this is the way to go. So in here, you cannot drag and drop anything. This is again another black box in here. So In order to change this, you will go for where I was in here. Nope, nope, nothing. Okay, so I'll go back again for setup and I will write home. And now you have the option to say, do I need the advanced seller home or I don't need this advanced seller home? So you have this toggle where if you said inactive, now I'm back to the original uh, uh, sales app homepage. Also, you can set the default in here. So rather than going to the homepage and set the org default, you can set the default page in here. So if I set Basim now in the homepage, it will be. So from setup, feature settings, and home, you have some control over the homepage experience. Now, if I went to the sales, I'm assuming I need to clear the cache. One more time. And if I refresh this guy, now back to the normal sales home page. And now as well, it's not just the normal sales home page, it became the Basim home page since I made it the org default. So if I edit page in here, you will be able to see this is not the system home page, this is Basim home page. All right, look at what we did, and we already did this. So let's retake the challenge in here. All right, what they are asking us to do, create a custom home page. It's a new home page. We're gonna label it as sales home. So I'll go in here as a refresher, setup, Lightning app builder in here. And within the Lightning app builder, I will create a new home page and I will name it sales home. And within the sales home, I need the standard home page and I need the sales home. This is what we have. All right, so next, this is the standard home page. No, here we go. Standard home page. Now I have the standard home page. Add a standard component for performance, assistant, today tasks. So performance, assistant, tasks, and finally the key deals. Sounds perfect. Okay, what after? We need to assign it to the sales and only for custom sales profile. So I need to specify which persona. Accordingly, when I hit save in here and I will say activate, I need to go for the app and profile. I will need to have it only for sales as instructed. And I need to assign it only for a custom sales profile. Those will be the people who will be able to see this specific page. Perfect. So if you have a trailhead and for any reason, if you didn't do this module before, you can follow with me and let's get those points. So let's learn and earn those 500 points. It's a check. Any questions? So far, so good?
So far, so good.
Perfect. We made it to the second unit. We will cover the third unit and we will wrap it for today. So dynamic forms. We mentioned dynamic forms. No, actually, it's a custom record page. And then the next session will be the custom dynamic and we will wrap it for the whole module next time. All right, so record page, we covered as well. Use the Lightning App Builder to add, remove, or reorder components on the record page. And this is experience from the desktop. This is the experience from the phone. And it's just like the homepage. You can create a custom record page in different ways. You can create it from scratch using a template, or you can edit an existing one. Create a custom record page. Go to the app builder, create a new one, and this exactly. Oh, we didn't do from scratch. Let's see if the task in here create a record page. So we will do it. Perfect. Or let's do it quickly. It's gonna be quick. So I'll go in here. I will go for in here, new record page. What they are asking me to do, new opportunity page. and this will be associated. When I create it from scratch, I need to say record page for which object. So it's for opportunity, and they are asking header side right sidebar. So header right sidebar, and then I will say done. And once I done that, yeah, we didn't mention this one. So for every one of those components, some of them are like can be used in the desktop and the mobile. Some of them are only desktop based on that icon. I can make them always available like this from here. Form factor always show the icon, so it will be easily for me to know whether it's for mobile or for the desktop as well. Design a highlight, drag the highlight panel component into the top region. Click, see how it works. All right. Add the path. All right. So highlight panel. We have the standard highlight panel, which again is associated to the compact layout, or I have the option as well for the dynamic highlight panel, as we discussed. Then part of the opportunity, we have the path, the sales path for this opportunity. If you defined your own path, or do you want to define a new path, you can set up a path, but in here, this is the standard path. And then add add chatter component to the lower right and add tabs. So let's add chatter component, and then I will add tab. See how easy to create a full lightning page from the highlight panel to chatter to path to fields and all of this great stuff. Right, I will need to add a tab, another tab. Click the second detail tab from the tab label drop down. So I will add a tab. How can I add a tab? I go in here, add a tab. So I have now two details. From the tab label drop down menu, put the recent items. So I'll go in here, say this is called the recent item. So I'll make it to custom, and I'll put recent items in here, and I will hit done. And based on that, I have a new component. So create an activity tab as well. So I'll go back in here and I will add a new one, and I will make it custom. And I will make activity tab. Now I have one more tab. All right. So now in the details, so I have the recent items, I have the details. So within the details section, I will need to go in here and say record the details. It's gonna be associated still to the page layout as we mentioned before. In the related, I will add the related list. You have a couple options as well for the related, either to drag the related list, and the related list component, again, it's tied to the page layout. And when you go to the page layout, in here, you will be able to see all the related lists that you configured. Or if you want to live the dream with the new Lightning Experience, you can have this related list instead of the big bulk of the page layout. And then it will ask you which object do you want to have in here. So I can say orders or any object that you need to add. And this is the basic and some configuration. We said in here we can add parameters. Also, you have the new one, which is dynamic. The dynamic even giving you more flexibility to show which fields and add sort and add filters and all of this cool extra functionalities for the dynamic related list. So we added the related, we added the details. In the recent items, I'm assuming we will be adding the recent items in here. And the activity, I will add the activities in here. Sounds perfect. Now we have a very fancy page. And again, I will need to activate it, make it page app specific, make it org wide default, and so on. So I will go and hit save, activate, make it org default, disk and top and phone. And now we built a new record page from scratch. Let's go for the challenge in here. So I'll create a new page. So I'll go in here. We saved this guy. I'll go in here, add new record page. Next, this is new account page. And since it's a new account page, it's for account, header right sidebar, header and right sidebar. I will hit next. And this is the API for it. I will add highlight panel and tabs. So highlight panel and tabs in here. And within the tabs, I will add the activity, update the tab component, add the activity tab. So here I will go custom and I will name it custom. And I will, to update the tabs component, add the activity tab. Here we go. And within the activity tab, add standard component to each tab, activities, record details, related list. Okay, so here, related list. For the details, I will add the details. And for the activities, I will add the activities. Hit save, activate, dimension, activate the page, assign it as org default, and make it available to both desktop and phone users. All right, let's check that challenge and earn hopefully the 500 points. Woohoo! We made it today. Thank you very much, Fat. Any questions before we wrap it for the day?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too.
Cheers.
Bye bye.